If you're just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Hey, man, you know we had to switch a few things up around here, man. As always, I hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's chasing your goals, aspirations, your dreams. You're putting the work in, the effort in. You're being consistent. You gotta put in the work, baby. You gotta put in the work, man. GMS fam, the green room. Make sure y'all tune in, tap in, and roll up some trees if you got them. Will Stumbling, I see you. Hit that like button on the way in, fam. 313 Legacy, I see you. King Lukey's in the building. Justin Furlow is in the building. Vale is here. If you are in the live chat, man, tap in with me, man. Let me know you in here messing with us today, man. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. It's been a while. Appreciate you, man. You know, I only make the fire beats around here, man. So every intro is gonna be cold. Every intro gonna be cold, baby. You already know how we do it over here. Make sure you hit the sub on there too. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscription. You can become a member of the GMS show as well by clicking the membership down below. You can also support in a big way by hitting the super chats. You can gift people memberships. And also, if you want to get at me, hit the Cash App. As you can see, the new graphic down below. Right there. Right there. Right there. You like that little drawing, this little AI, man? They got my nose looking all extra accurate. My mustache, my beard, facial expression, the dreads, everything, man. Shout out to the artiste who made this possible. I appreciate you, man. GMS fan of Green Room, let's get to it. We got some things to discuss today. So, as you guys saw a few days ago, man, there was an episode of the 5150 show where Corey brought on a guy who goes by Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, also known as the Real MTR. He is a Kevin Samuels type individual who goes on, you know, social media, YouTube mainly, to speak about, you know, relationships and women and men and different dynamics of that nature. And, you know, he reacts and comments on certain things that go on in the industry, in the entertainment space. This was my first time ever hearing about him, actually, to tell you the truth. I've never heard of this person in particular. He has quite the following. I think he has like 800-some thousand subscribers on YouTube. I'm surprised his content hasn't, you know, scrolled past my feed. It probably has, but I've never seen this guy before. I didn't know he did this or knew of him. But nonetheless, it was interesting to get to kind of see his perspective and to have Corey put him on the show to talk about a lot of things that's going on. One of the things that he discussed was the B. Simone situation. Now, I want to bring that up first before we get to the comments that they both made about that. Because B. Simone actually kind of put her foot in her mouth, so to speak. So, oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? We're gonna stop that. We're gonna stop that. All right now. All right, don't you interrupt this show. God damn it. Anyway, B. Simone started catching some traction on social media because she decided that she was going to go on a platform with a friend of hers to discuss her lifestyle and the big changes that her life has made since she is not making the same money that she was accustomed to at one point. She discussed that she was, had to switch up her approach to shopping when she went to Bloomingdale's and decided, hey, I can't afford Bloomingdale's right now. I have to go to H&M. And the way that she described it, the way that she said it, made people kind of feel on edge. Like, okay, is there something wrong with H&M? Is there something wrong with having to be smart about your finance? I don't understand. If you know that you're in a financial situation that isn't the same as it once was, you would think that the smartest thing to do is to go to H&M and also not feel so diminished and so down to the point where it comes off as you looking down on other people for shopping at H&M, the regular 9-to-5 individuals. And speaking of 9-to-5, she was somebody who also went viral sometime back, speaking on men who work a 9-to-5 and how that's not what she's looking for necessarily. She's looking for an entrepreneur. She said you can be a basketball player, you can be a rapper, you could sell drugs, you can, do X, Y, and Z as long as you're matching her lifestyle. Now, I want to just say this. There's nothing wrong with what people desire in life. If you want something in a specific way, something that makes you happy, whatever it is, you're not wrong for feeling that way. And we shouldn't hone in on one single individual who feels a certain type of way about her standards. For one, she has to go through life dealing with that, because it's for me, it's crazy to see some of the people that talk about some of the things that they want in life and don't actually look at the realistic aspect because they're only looking at the beneficial parts about it. At the end of the day, these are human beings that you're trying to attract, that you're trying to get to be a part of your life, to build with, or whatever it is that your agenda is. And you forget about the human aspect of being with somebody. And then you also neglect who you are as a person, which I think a lot of people do, especially women like B. Simone. They don't look at their character. They don't look who they are as an individual. They don't look at the fact that they may need to change some ways or adjust some ways. Because I don't necessarily like the whole aspect of changing somebody. I don't think you need to change somebody in a relationship. I think everybody has room for improvement. I think that's the most important part. I think people should be able to improve themselves and adjust in ways that are beneficial to both you and the person that you're with. I think a lot of people don't realize that they need to become a better person before they bring somebody into their lives. I don't think they understand it. I think a lot of people believe that they're already good individuals and that they already display these characteristics that they look for in other people. And a lot of the times that's not the case. A lot of the times people don't understand it might be them and not the people that you're dating. Because we see that a lot of times. You see women be like, oh, these men, and the men did this, men did that, neglecting the fact that they chose those men. You chose to be with these people. It wasn't nobody forced you to be with these guys. I get it. The one guy you probably dated, you thought was cool, and he ended up tricking you into thinking that he really fucked with you, but he didn't really fuck with you, and then you had to go through this whole trust phase. But if you have a pattern of going after guys who lie to you and cheat on you and don't respect you, it's starting to look a little iffy on your end now. Because Common sense would tell me that the first time I deal with something that I don't like, I'm not going to go back and deal with the same type of individual again. But then that breeds the narrative that all guys or all men ain't this and men ain't this. No, you keep choosing the wrong people. You keep going after these things because a lot of the times people be liking that shit too. Don't ever neglect that. Some people like the turmoil. Some people like the toxicity. Some people like being lied to. Some people like the aspect of thinking maybe somebody's cheating on you or another or a dude is out here talking to other women. Some people like that because it sparks that little thing in them that makes them want to be confrontational and want them to argue and want them to fight and be toxic because people like that shit. I personally don't. But I say all this to say that B. Simone came out here and talked about her ideal guy, what she was looking for, 9 to 5. These 95 guys, no, I'm whatever. I don't care about their job security. I don't care about their benefits. I don't care about they have a guaranteed check every 2 weeks, every month, whatever the case may be. I'm looking for the guy that could be up and down at any point in life. That's what they forget. When you talk about entrepreneurs, you talk about guys that could be out here doing certain things to make a certain amount of money to live the type of lifestyle you want to live. You want to go on trips. You want to be able to get up and do what you want to do. And you want to be, you know, she said something along the lines of, oh, I'm up at 3 a.m. looking at emails working. What are you doing? Oh, I'm working too. That's another thing that I hate. That's another thing I hate. If you are somebody that's doing something, right? Let's say your girl is up working and doing some shit and you're not. How looking at that dude as if he's not on his shit or if he's not being an entrepreneur or he's not an entrepreneur really because he's not doing what you're doing, or it's like, yo, shut that shit up, man. I don't want to hear that shit. Stop thinking people got to be on the same shit that you on for them. Like, stop it. You're not getting with somebody that is supposed to be doing the same things that you're doing. And if you're looking for that, good luck. At some point, y'all are gonna clash because the differences, or not even just the differences, just the fact that you have some sense of control or what you want somebody to do when you want them to do it. Get that shit out of here. Anyway, now B. Simone is in a situation where she is kind of in a financial rut. And she is now feeling the sting of not having the same funds as she used to have. Now, I want to play this video here because this is part of the first part. This is some shit that went viral. Like, I don't know how long ago this was. But you can tell that her bank account was nice. She had money to go to Bloomingdale's. She can go on trips when she wanted to go on trips. She can go and do some of the things she wanted to do. So now she was feeling herself so much that now she can be able to, you know, lightweight shit on the 9 to 5 guys so that she can try to find somebody to match not just her bank account but her lifestyle. Listen to this, and I want you to see the transition from her attitude here to recent day. Watch this.
Have my dream career, I manifested it. I'm trying to manifest a husband. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. I get it, they work hard. I used to have a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. You work hard, you have money. I get it. I need an entrepreneur. I need somebody that understands my mindset. Somebody that has the same lifestyle. It has to do with money, everything to do with lifestyle, okay? When I'm in the bed at 3 a.m. checking emails, what you doing, babe? Working. What you doing? Working. Okay, love you. You want to hop on a flight tomorrow? I have a meeting in out of town. You want to go? You got okay, let's go. Okay, you understand my life. You understand what I'm going through. I want to manifest that. What do you want in a man? What do you want? Let's start there. What do you want? Let's manifest it, baby. You can have it. Whatever you want, you can have it. Manifest that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. Ain't nothing wrong with an entrepreneur ass nigga. Manifest whatever you want. I want to manifest an entrepreneur ass husband. I don't care what you do. Entrepreneur, graphic designer, sell t-shirts, sell drugs, rapper. You could be a rapper. I'm becoming rapper, D-list. I don't give a fuck. Entrepreneur, okay? At this point, I'm about to rebuy my book.
I don't know too many people that want. This is me personally speaking. I could be wrong. I don't know too many people that would want to be around this for a long period of time. She may be quote unquote bad enough for the time being, But a nigga marrying her, oh, you gotta be strong-willed. You gotta really enjoy. You really gotta be entertained by not just her voice, but just the way that she presents herself in this way. Look, I personally have never had an issue with B. Simone as far as like her things that she's done or said. I kind of just write it off as entertainment because she's an entertainer. She's a quote unquote comedian. She does these things online. You know, she sometimes trolls. So I kind of write it off. But at the same time, it's like when you put yourself out there in a certain way to social media, and then you start talking about relationships and what you're manifesting in a relationship, you might not want to vigorously show this side of you on the internet if you're trying to attract a certain type of guy. Now, clearly after this happened, she didn't seem to find that individual that she was manifesting. I wonder why. You know, you're talking about all this manifestation in your career and how you manifested being, you know, successful and, you know, doing X, Y, and Z. What happened to the manifestation of the husband that is an entrepreneur, that is on the same level as you or even higher than you, or, you know, being on the same things that you're on? What happened to that? You know, some part of me feels like this be happening so that they could find somebody to help maintain their lifestyle so they won't have to maintain it themselves. Because at the end of the day, that's what a lot of women are looking for in certain aspects. They looking to not have to work so hard to take care of themselves so that another nigga can do it for them. They want another nigga to come through and lighten the load for them. They want another nigga to come through and work hard, or just as hard, or even harder, to make sure that they have a more comfortable and easier life. It's not always going to be the case. Watch this.
Mm-hmm. The budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. Mm-hmm. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah,
like do. I notice it in me now, just nitpicking, and it's not even. I just don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah, I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
Having a whole lump in your throat because you had to shop at H&M, like you made it seem like you had no funds and couldn't buy nothing. Like you are on the verge of being homeless, like you're on the verge of losing everything, and you had to look back at, wow, I used to have X, Y, and Z, now I don't, and I gotta struggle in my family. That shit kills me. When people mismanage their own funds. This isn't nobody else's fault. This isn't your people's fault. This isn't the man you've been trying to manifest fault. This is your fault because you tried to keep up with a lifestyle that you know your talent couldn't hold. I'm sorry. And I know, oh, you know, what have you done, GMS? Hey, man, I haven't done shit. I have not become as successful as the people that I've been talking about on this show. That has nothing to do with reality and how things go for people that you see the trend of over and over again for decades and decades. People will get the money, want to be a part of a certain lifestyle that they see other people living because they're infatuated with the things that come with it, and they forget that you have to manage that money, and not just manage the money, but you have to continue to be entertaining. You have to continue to progress. You have to continue to work at your craft. You have to continue to be better at what you do to continue to get the revenue that you are so accustomed to. You have to keep building relationships. You have to keep a good rapport with the public. And it seems like you keep shitting on and it's the thing too, it's the regular 9 to 5 people that watch you and that follow you on social media and support you when you go and do stand-up sets or when you go and do TV shows or movies, or they go and buy your merch. These are the regular 9 to 5 individuals that you will sit back and make comments on, even if that is something that you require, this is something that you shouldn't even be speaking on social media. People neglect that aspect. I was just hearing the other day, if you take, and this is something I've been known, but just hearing it the other day, just, you know, refresh that in my mind about if you take away the regular 9 to 5 individuals. Matter of fact, the real MTR said this on 5150. We're gonna hear it in a second. He was the one that said if you take away the 9 to 5 individual, this whole entire the whole entire economy would collapse. Everything around us would collapse. Regular 9 to 5 people help you niggas with dreams, me included, get to where we need to go in life. Regular 9 to 5 individuals that you like to shit on, or that you like to talk about, or that you try to dehumanize and minimize, are the very individuals that sit back and get up day in and day out, early in the morning, work late nights, overtime, night shift, just so you can go and follow your dreams. And I understand that there is work that is put into that. I'm not saying that you just sit back and let everybody carry you to greatness. There's work that is put behind that, of course. When you're an athlete, when you're a musician, when you're an actor, entertainer, comedian, whatever, you have to work hard. You have to go day in and day out. We don't neglect that aspect of it. But you can never shit on the 9 to 5s, because those people are the ones that help you get to where you need to go. When you are a comedian sitting on stage and you looking out to the crowd and it's sold out, those people got to go to work the next day. While you travel to the next city with the bag you just got on hand, because a lot of these guys get cash on hand, and go enjoy living your dreams. So this is why things like this bother me. It's not so much of the aspect of just trying to shit on B. Simone. I think that more people need to be aware of what they say, and when they say it, how they say it, and who they coming at. And also be very clear. Stop having to be the person that has to come back and say, oh, well, you guys mistook what I said, or you misinterpreted what I said. No, a lot of the times you be saying what's on your heart at the time because of how you let it fly and how you go out of your way to post certain videos about certain shit. You speaking off the top of the dome, that's from the heart. And then when you don't get the reaction that you're looking for, now all of a sudden it's, oh, y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Y'all misunderstood what I said. Now, B. Simone decided to troll people after she got backlash for the things that she said, and she went on to do this.
I got fish, potato wedges, sauce, tabbouleh. My total is $24.14. Let's see if it goes through. Let's just see. Who knows? Let's just see.
This motherfucker's corny as hell.
Brokey.
Hey!
You know what's funny about this? The only funny part about this is that she thought she was actually doing something with this post, even though she was the one that volunteered the information. It wasn't like somebody posted her finances on social media and everybody's like, oh, look, B. Simone is going broke. Aha, look, broke bitch. Ha, you broke as shit. No, you went on a podcast and volunteered some information, and when you got the response you got from it, now all of a sudden you feel like you're being attacked, or you feel like you got to respond in a way where it's like, oh, I hope my credit card goes through. I don't think anybody assumed that you couldn't afford to buy stuff. I think they just assumed that you couldn't afford to buy high-end shit because you don't have it like that, like you're saying. And then sat across from a good friend of yours, one of your best friends, who was talking about how she was broke as shit and had to move back in with her mother at some point and lost her car and all types of shit and needed help, and was seeing you close in on $1 million deals. Let me tell you something, man. None of your friends owe you anything when they succeed in life. But a good friend to you, somebody who is a genuine friend to you, will never have to ever have you question in your mind if they will look out for you or not. Because in my opinion, you have true individuals that are around you, true friends, people who you consider family. There's nothing that you wouldn't do for them. Especially if you've seen that they was down and out. Real friends, real genuine friends, people that have been around you, people that have looked out for you, people that have been there for you, vice versa. You're never going to ever see them be in a position where they are fucked up and you can help them, and you just decide that you're not going to be the person that's going to decide not to. If you are a good friend to somebody, it doesn't mean you're obligated. It doesn't mean that you have to. But if you are a good friend, and if you are somebody who is a good individual and y'all have a good dynamic, you're never going to second guess looking out for your people. You're never going to watch them struggle if you have the means to help them. Now, let's play some of this clip because I want to get to some of the things that was said in this back and forth. Let me read some of y'all comments. Shout out to GMS fan, man. Grits and Gravy says she did all of this to take the heat off herself after her friend put her on blast for not helping her while she was in a bind. I'm in a bind, Nate. Still, Elise said that's the problem with a lot of folks spending beyond their means or living this YOLO lifestyle, thinking money is always gonna come. Yeah, you think that because I've said this before. People that have gotten to a certain level in life, where you've been working on something for your whole life and then now you start to become successful, a lot of people get complacent because they think, okay, this version of me people like a lot, to the point where I've become successful and now people are giving me deals and I'm making millions of dollars. You forget the aspect of continuing to evolve and continue to progress and work on your craft. You think that part that people fell in love with in the beginning is just good enough. It's never good enough when you continue to have people coming into the industry who are going to continue to be better, who are going to continue to elevate. People who are actually working on their craft to get better are going to be the people that end up surpassing you and putting you in a spot where people aren't going to be so necessarily hyped to see you. Those ticket sales are going to go down. The price for when people try to hire for shit is going to go down. Those ads and those companies that are trying to give you money to help promote their businesses, though, that dollar amount is going to go down so much so that they're going to just say, hey, you know what, can you shout us out for free, because what we're doing, our business is much more lucrative over here. Shit, we trying to throw you a bone. You'll get more you'll get more exposure than us. It gets to that point because the industry is just that. Oh shit, he said she like Ron Harper with a wig. Holy. Charlie Woo said Willie Earl wears what's going on with who's Willie Earl? I keep seeing Willie Earl. Who's somebody pop up? Who the fuck Willie Earl? Who Willie Earl? Who in here? Who talking about some Willie Earl? Oh, that Willie Earl. Let's see what else y'all saying, man. Who is Shakina's? Shakina's problem is that she didn't peep that B. Simone was never going to help her before she fell on hard times. You know what you mean to someone before shit hits the fan. Damn, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? You definitely know how somebody is going to treat you when you are in a bind, Nate, by how they already have been treating you before. I take B. Simone to be one of those people that keeps certain people around her just for like the image sake, you know what I mean? Like, she has to have friends around her because she doesn't want to look like a loser. So you got to have people around you, and you also have to have weak individuals around you, people that you don't want to see succeed. Like, I also am hearing about the fact that she was mad that one of her friends got an opportunity and B. Simone wasn't a part of it. And honestly, it sounds like she's the type of friend where it's like, I don't want you to succeed without me because I'm main character. She has main character syndrome. She wants to be the person that is attributing her success to everybody else's level of success around her who are come up behind her. So if one of her friends got an opportunity, she needs to be connected to it because she needs people to know, hey, I'm B. Simone, and because I'm B. Simone, my friend got on, or my friend got an opportunity because of that, or I need to touch a bag from this because if it wasn't for me. You got to watch out for people who be saying shit like it wasn't for me at a time when they're not supposed to say it. Like, let's say you bought somebody a car because they needed it. And this person came and asked you, like, I need help, man. I don't have a car, man. I'm down on my luck, man. And I just want to know if you can help me do something. And you hand a nigga $2,500 to go get a little beater off of Facebook Marketplace. And now he getting around and he working and, you know, he's doing his job. And now he's able to move around and make his money and, you know, go to work and not have to worry about, you know, his living situation. And now all of a sudden this nigga turn on you and do some foul shit towards you. And, you know, you want to be like, oh, nigga, what? If it wasn't for me, nigga, you wouldn't be able, you know, he try to shit on you. Nigga come around and say, nah, now he got it now. Now he done made enough and stacked up enough money to where he ain't got to work on his beater no more. He got a new car now and sold the beater for the same price. You know what I'm saying? And then try to shit on you later. That's a time when you can bring up, hey, nigga, if it wasn't for me, you couldn't be doing it. Why you over here trying to shit on me? But the time not to do that is when your friend gets an opportunity to help them better themselves and elevate in life and get opportunities that will help them succeed. You don't go to them and be like, well, yeah, you should probably put me. I want to be a part of that. I got to be a part of that because I helped you meet these. I helped you meet these people. If it wasn't for me, oh yeah, no, you're not finna do that. If it wasn't for me, if your friend isn't happy about you succeeding. If your friend isn't happy about you succeeding, that's not a friend. Point blank, period. That's not somebody that wants to be around you. Now let's get to it.
Listen to what they had to say about B. Simone right here.
Before we get to the video, something you noticed about a famous person and her podcast and what she has to say. Oh, that's the alley-oop I'm gonna throw you.
Sure. Are we talking about the B. Simone situation? Because that's been going viral as of today.
Well, that's been going crazy viral.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, I tried not to say nothing about it because I don't want nobody to be like I'm piling on. But I've been very critical of her because she stole jokes. She stole a book. I mean, like, it's like, yo, this girl is not mentally stable, if you ask me. Yeah. And that don't stop you from getting famous on the internet.
Yeah. But
her staying power is kind of like it's really put on display. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's you know, it's funny, you know, because I did content on her like back in 2020, and she was talking about, you know, that she won't date a 9-to-5 guy and like all of this stuff, and you know, just on, you know, essentially the average guy. And I find it so interesting that 5 years later, you know, that sounds like she needs a 9-to-5 in order to continue to shop in that Bloomingdale's, right? But it's just this like odd superiority complex that she has. And to take a on H&M shoppers, yet acting like it's like Goodwill or a thrift store or Salvation Army is wild. And, you know, her audience is probably like 43% H&M shoppers to begin with anyway. So not only is she ostracizing her audience, but then also on typical, you know, dudes that would want to consider her in a relationship, because I've seen her multiple times complaining about being single and like all of these things. So it's just kooky, you know, but it just goes to show like the pure and utter delusion in the clown world that we currently exist in. And I don't know how some of these people are famous. And I don't want to just hop on, you know, continue to hop on her as well, but I do think that it's a good discussion, because 9-to-5 dudes and like the importance to our infrastructure, our society, like if you were to take those dudes away, the whole country would collapse. But I just find it so interesting that, you know, they require this high value man. Meanwhile, they don't bring a high value mindset, right?
The high value mindset thing you just said is really deep. I mean, this is something that I feel like these women are clueless about. Like, they think somebody want them other than the physical. And that's what I think is wrong in society. Like, these girls, they really don't get it that if a guy is on his game where do you fit in his life?
Yeah.
You can only find a fool. Well, at least that's my opinion.
Come on.
What you said, because like I want you to cook. I'm loving letting you cook on here, man.
You know, I think that they have.
Corey be glazing a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. He was glazing that man a little bit too much on the 5150 show. Maybe it's just me. You know, I'm a hater, so you know. But it just be a little weird. I told you it'd be different when dudes he feel like is real men and alpha men and you know, shit like that, real men who stand on something, he be glazing a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he be giddy in their presence. It's weird.
They have this illusion of options, you know what I mean?
What up,
they
Lava
love
Lake
to talk
Street?
about standards, but then when the attention dries up, when the money slows down, and then when that wall gets closer, when that wall cometh, their standards and expectations that they have is necessary that they then turn into just suggestions at that point. But yeah, he killed it. He nailed it.
It's like in this world, you can go along with it. I mean, who are we to tell her not to go along with it? She found a way to be relevant for a minute. But why are you relevant if you do dirtbag? Like, I got a homegirl. Her name is Just Niece. She don't want no smoke with none of them. So I ain't trying to say that to bring drama to her name, but you know that girl B. Simone used to do her jokes. Then when I found out she stole a book, and I've seen the girl talk, I don't think she's mentally well. So I ain't got to dog her out and everything like that. But I'm saying while it was coming in, you know what I'm saying? I know it was fun.
Yeah.
He said, A-Hop once said, calling him little bro got me. Yeah, he want a little bro everybody. He just want a little bro everybody, and I don't know what that is. Maybe that's just his natural way of talking to people, like how Snoop be calling everybody nephew. But it just comes off that way because he always is like, you know, people that come up under him or people that whatever. But I think even with people who might even be more successful than him in this space, who are younger than him, he wants to say little bro as a way of like letting it still be known, like I'm still the big dog type shit, or it's still, you know, OG Corey type shit, you know, shit like that. But I don't know. It probably reading into it too much.
Time of your life, huh, kid? That's from that movie. With I forgot. Old boy was the pimp.
Which one was that?
I forgot. Who the dude who played? I'm trying to remember now with my old ass. The dude who played in the Mission Impossible movies. Who is that? Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Risky
Tom Cruise,
Business. That's the name of the movie.
The older, okay.
That's older.
I can't.
You know, and you know, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I know, Corey, you said you don't want to say too much, right?
No,
right,
be you, brother. Be you.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I just think she's not a good person. I mean, let's call it a spade, because even outside of this 9 to 5 conversation, if you look at that content, if you look at the podcast and just go back like a minute and a half, right before she starts talking about you know, H&M and all of that, the best friend that she had was talking about like the hard times that she suffered over the past year. Like she was a single mom, had to go back into live with her parents, got her car repoed, and then a minute and a half later, she's talking about, you know, damn near crying about going into H&M, right? So like, you're seeking out all of this validation with all of these people around you. You giving them money, but like, how soulless are you that you can't even help out the person that's the closest person to you? Like, I just think that that's just weak character.
Let me tell you something, man. People,
I had no idea who you guys were talking about. Sorry.
Minions around.
Like girl.
People who find a way to break through, but aren't the truth as talent. They have to have minions around them, and they don't ever want to see those minions doing well, especially in any way where they're doing well as them.
All right, so let's just stop there and have a quick conversation, because I think, and of course, you know, backlash, whatever, hate channel. I see that as a projection out of Corey. I don't see that as something that is something where he's like trying to, you know, say that that's where he is as far as morality, because he's called people around him who used to be around him who he's not cool with anymore minions, or he would call other people minions who he isn't favorable of, and he would always say people are up under him, or even going as far as saying that Marcus is too ambitious. You are the person who doesn't want to see the people up under you succeed, or probably even supersede you in your career. I've always gotten that type of vibe from Corey when I see him talk about certain people. Like, it's easy for people to say certain things like this about others, but you can hear it as a loud projection when they use certain words and use certain terms and how they kind of voice that. It's very interesting. Very interesting. But nonetheless, they switched from there because from that conversation, they went on to talk about Michelle Obama. Now, Michelle Obama has a podcast. Corey has been vocal about that already in the past. Also being vocal about how he feels that Barack Obama is backdooria. Now, I don't know if Barack is backdooria. It is crazy because, if let's say Flame Monroe came out with a memoir and talked about the time Corey zipped up his dress, but that wasn't all that Corey did that night. Do you think Corey would sit up there and allow people to believe that he was backdooria off of that memoir? You think you think he would want people to take Flame Monroe's word for it? Or do you think he will expect people to believe in his truth about it? Now, this isn't me trying to exempt Barry from being backdooria. Backdooria Barry. Backdooria Barry. Because it could very much be true. But I'm saying this for a reason, because we're talking about the guy who will go off of other people's word and not hard, concrete evidence or proof of somebody being backdooria, and will say, straight up label them that. But when people talk about Tyler Perry and the clear evidence behind that, he don't want to talk about it until all the information come out. But nonetheless, that Barack conversation is separate from this conversation that he's about to have, that I actually agree on. Because I don't believe these comments that were made by Michelle Obama talking about how she wouldn't have wanted to have a son or raise a son because he would have been just like Barack. I don't find those comments to be very flattering or very supportive or even very respectful when it comes to your husband, who was once the president of the entire United States of America. You wouldn't want to raise a son who becomes the leader of the free world? That's crazy, because back in school, that would be one of the things they always tried to use as one of the things in the category that you should strive for. I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a vet, or I want to be a lawyer, or I want to be a dentist, I want to be the president. Like, those are the things we always saw, like the cliche shit that we would see on TV and movies and motivational speeches. But you don't want to raise your son to be like him, and I wonder why that is. Clearly, there has been some things behind the scenes that we do not know about as the public that has rubbed Michelle the wrong way to make her feel these type of feelings toward Barack. But nonetheless, let's hear a little bit of what they had to say regarding this subject.
It's so needed, bro.
You brought to attention Michelle Obama's podcast, because I saw it and my mouth dropped at what I heard her say. What did you hear her say? I know it was a lot of things, but what was the main thing that made your mouth drop?
Yeah. So for folks that didn't see, so Michelle Obama now has a podcast, and where she just interviews like random people, and she had one with, I believe it was Angie Martinez, and it was towards the end of the show. And throughout the show, at random times, they were talking about family structure, raising boys, raising girls, and kind of the difference between the two. Angie Martinez, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, so excuse me. Angie Martinez asked her, so, you know, I bet you wish you could have raised the boy. And then Michelle Obama fired back, oh, no, I raise a boy. But raising a boy would have been like raising another Barack. I could never. Which is so crazy to me, right?
Didn't she say that? Ain't that crazy?
Crazy.
my
Crazy. The literal the leader of the free world, *2, right?
Kidding me? Her husband. She's talking about her husband.
Probably one of the most famous black men in the world. And what does that signal when Barack Obama is still not good enough?
Already.
That shit to me, that one is close to home, because you got to understand, a lot of women out here feel like they don't have good enough after a certain amount of time. They feel like they do in the beginning. Then as time goes on, they just start thinking, man, I can do better than this. I can get better than this. Then they will destroy whatever home they got going on, relationship they got going on. Then they go and find somebody who they believe is better. Then that time will start passing. They start thinking to themselves, I think I could do better than this. It's something he did that now you feel like, oh, okay, some other dude's not gonna do this. There has to be better. There has to be some guy that is even more financially stable than this guy I'm with now, or more mentally stable, or more this. There's got to be something better. And then you try to go and you chase the fucking white horse forever. It's like a nigga that just tried heroin for the first time. You motherfuckers will chase that white horse forever, because you are never satisfied. You will never truly look at somebody in the way of being somebody who is good enough for you, because you constantly are being fed on the internet every day that you can do better from a motherfucker that can't do better than goddamn selves. You be on TikTok scrolling all day, looking at these relationship shits, looking at these random bitches on the internet, try to tell you what a relationship should be, what type of dude you should be with, what type of things you should expect from some guy trying to tell you about who you are, and they don't even know you. And you ain't, and on top of that, you're not even that type of person. You trying to develop characteristics and individuality of another human being because of what you read or what you saw or whatever the fuck on the internet when it comes to relationship shit. You saw somebody describe your life just a little bit, and then you took all of the shit that they said and tried to apply it to your current situation. I done seen women watch a girl go on the internet and break down and cry about her abusive, toxic relationship, and then try to apply it to their own life when they never went through what this person went through. Now you've taken on the feelings of another person on the internet and trying to find issues in your relationship so that you can end it and try to go on to something better, because now you think it's a mind fuck. And a lot of these motherfuckers out here are not mentally stable at all. At all. Let me read some of y'all comments, man. Ron G said, Corey a clown. I stopped watching the 5150 bullshit. Reverend Pimp said, I mean, he is little bro. Corey is older. LOL. You all right? Gritty Gravy said, I don't see the Corey Glazer in the chat this episode. I forgot dude's name. You talking about Money Mar? He probably here somewhere. He waiting for somebody to call his name out. Talk some shit. Chris Storm said, hey, yo, what's going on? Daryl said, they can't have too many light-skinned Negroes on the show at the same time. Pimp Corey feels like a minority. Subliminal Frequency said, I really wish she would just shut the F up. No other first lady does this foolishness. Yeah, I mean, I think she's trying to make it very clear without making it super... she's trying to make it very clear and very obvious without actually making it blunt that she and Barack have issues. And that's not the same man that she fell in love with. Yeah, I hate that too. I hate that too. You're not the same man I fell in love with. Hey, man, as we get older, I don't understand what the delusion is of people thinking that somebody is supposed to remain the same forever. A honeymoon phase is a honeymoon phase. Once that shit is over, now the real challenge happens. The real test happens. If you cannot deal with the real challenges and real tests after the honeymoon phase, bitch, you're going to be chasing the white horse forever. Good luck, stupid motherfuckers. Now, Reverend says she means the level of success will be based on what Obama has did in his life, kind of like Michael Jordan's son. So what? You know what I mean? Like, so what? Of course, everybody's gonna put that expectation on them, but guess what? The two other girls out there living their life, doing what they want to do without expectations of being in politics or being somewhere near the government. You know what I mean? I don't think their expectations are the same. Like, if Barack and Michelle Obama were Asian, you would have been seen Malia and what's the other one, Sasha and Malia, you would have been seen them in Congress somewhere already, taking on the footsteps of their parents. Nah, they had festivals, doing shrooms. You know what I'm saying? Calm Storm said, was she just joking though? Barack and Michelle joke with each other, but it seems harmless. I don't know. Could be. What up, Southern California? Subliminal says, she seems so fake, and now she wants to join the tear down the black man parade. It didn't sound like she was joking to me, and it's not the first time she's disrespected him. Felipe Lindsay says, we are letting Mzunga put batteries in our backs through TV, film, and social media. It's sad they made us whole avatar. Yeah, I see what you was trying to say. Daryl Pimpleton said, when Corey was asked what does he bring to a relationship besides dick, his response was the same thing Barack Obama brought, hope. That's hilarious. Felipe said, Michelle and Barack are getting divorced. Barack is having an affair with Jennifer Aniston. Michelle is trying to create a brand identity for herself post-divorce. First and foremost, I don't know how true either of those statements are, the whole divorce or even him having an affair with Jennifer Aniston. That sounds kind of crazy and outlandish. I think if Barack was to cheat on Michelle with anybody, it would have been Tyler Perry. Anyway, let's finish this up. Let's keep going.
I already know what you're saying. See, I'm gonna try to say something about this and be as kind as I can, which I don't know how good that's gonna be. I've never seen Barack Obama do nothing but hold her in the air and give her praise. In fact, when he speaks on her, I see proud in his eye. Now let's turn it around. This is his wife, and I see and hear resentment as she speaks. And I think the resentment grew as she got more and more famous. It brought her, it made her cocky. So now she's not afraid to speak her mind on this man. And I'm going to say something about.
What are you going to say, motherfucker?
God dog it. It's so hard for me to speak from the heart because I know people are going to get mad, but I'm going to say it. Barack Obama, in my opinion, he can't be trusted because I believe he has a fetish for men. And I believe if you have a fetish for men, you really can't be yourself in front of people.
That's funny coming from a nigga wearing that outfit and that hat combination. But I digress.
You can't. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, Mr. Barack Obama, I give you respect because I don't want to look like I'm hating. Did y'all hear what I said? I give you respect because I don't want to look like I'm hating. But
I want to say this too before I finish the clip. I know niggas be getting mad. You keep stopping and playing the clip because it's fucking reviewing. If you don't like that, go watch the actual fucking shit on the actual fucking shit, stupid. Anyway, I want to put this out there because I have heard Corey say a lot as of recently about how he doesn't want to come off looking like a hater, like he's hating on people because he's giving a strong opinion about something. That to me is the reason why I continue to talk about the 5150 show. Because the hypocrisy in that shit is so crazy to me. Because I don't even say a fraction of the type of shit that he'll say about somebody, or even put accusations on this nigga the way he puts on other people, but yet he doesn't want to look like a hater. If you don't want to look like a hater, if you're not coming off as hating or trying to be disrespectful because you're just giving an opinion on the internet, stop looking at other people who give their opinion about something just because it's opposite of yours or they don't agree as haters. Because that's all you do is sit on your platform and disagree and have issues with what people who aren't connected to you or don't even think about you do on a regular basis. But I promise you, at some point I'll have one of those niggas come up here and say some weak shit like, oh, you're talking about Corey again, huh?
But it looks like you're fighting a demon. And your wife, in my opinion, really resents you for that, because she already has to deal with the fact that so many women don't never want to say this. They're jealous of manhood. Manhood comes with the freedom that a woman could never have. Women have to bear the children. And I think that this is stuff that's never really said. Women have to bear the children. I believe a lot of women don't like the fact that they have to bear the children. But this is, if you go off what the Bible talks about, this is what happened after Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden. They both were kicked out of the garden. According to the Bible now, okay? And I'm just saying.
I don't know if I agree with that. I feel bad for men. I think men have it really rough.
Yeah, I know you think that, D. But I'm saying this is a fact. In the Bible, it says.
Oh, that's a cute picture of them.
They're going to yearn for men. I think women have issues with their yearning for men. There's a wicked spirit inside of them that makes them regret the yearn for men, because no matter how much they talk about men, dick stay up in them. I had to say it like that. I couldn't sugarcoat that. No matter how much these women talk about, oh, men, this, that, and the other, dick stay up in them.
That's a wild statement. Felipe said Barack was caught at an LA restaurant having dinner with Jennifer Aniston. Google it. People don't know. All right, so I did Google that. I Googled Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston. The things that came up was a recent tabloid rumor suggested that Barack Obama... Why does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening? Stay plugged in, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You stay plugged in. Said this rumor gained traction online and in some media outlets. However, Jennifer Aniston has publicly and repeatedly denied the claim, stating it is absolutely untrue and that she has only met Barack Obama once. She added that she knows Michelle Obama better than him. Michelle Obama also addressed similar rumors about her marriage to Barack Obama, which some people linked to Aniston's supposed affair. She dismissed these rumors as well. While there have been some instances where their paths have crossed, such as Aniston donating to his campaign or appearing with Michelle Obama on a show, these encounters do not indicate any personal or romantic relationship between Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston. The rumor has no evidence to support it. Let's see if we find those pictures. Are there pictures of them together? Oh yeah, Jennifer Aniston has shut down these rumors repeatedly. That's all we know about it. That's all I know about it. If people have publicly come out and denied rumors, then I have to go with that unless there's proof otherwise. See, this is how it goes. If a rumor, this is for me, if a rumor starts, right, we can speak on the rumor, but I cannot say that this is a true rumor or not. Even if it comes to somebody's tendencies, like Tyler Perry, I could say, well, it could be true because, you know, he has given off some moist tendencies in the past, and you know, as of recent as well. So it could be true, but I'm gonna wait till more of the evidence come out for me to have a definitive answer on how I feel. With shit like this, the rumor sparks, people come out and deny it. Well, unless y'all can provide some video or picture proof, then it is what it is from there. Because if it was me in this situation and I'm a public figure, and I know people are going to start rumors, or people are going to try to, you know, invade my privacy, or try to, you know, cause confusion and disruption in my household, I'm going to be very vigilant about how I respond to rumors, especially when they're untrue. So if there are rumors out there that aren't true, I'm going to make sure I step out and, you know, dispel those rumors if that's the case. And then it is what it is from there. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's not true and there's no proof that surrounds it. That's the same thing with the Will Smith shit. You know, we don't have definitive proof. If Will, that's another thing though. Will hasn't come out and said that he's not. At least I don't remember. Can somebody refresh my memory? When has Will come out and said that he didn't like guys? When did he say that? Just kind of let these rumors fester and live within people's minds. And then you come out with a song like I Like Pretty Girls, and it was like the most I'm not, you know, hey, I'm not gay, believe me, song I've ever heard in my life. And I love Will, man. I love Will Smith, man. He can't do no wrong to me. Even when some shit sounds corny, it's like, yeah, he's just having fun, man. Like, how could you hate Will Smith, regardless of it? Like, you could think he doesn't know how to rap, or his raps are corny. You could think that he's probably low-key backdooring. I don't know, but how could you actually hate Will Smith? You know what I'm saying? How could you actually hate him? Or how could you have so much disdain or like not like him so much that you contribute to the rumors of Will being gay? See, like so Soul Talk said, Will is gay as fuck, nigga, stop. Okay, well, where's the proof? Can you provide proof? See, when you say that, somebody will reference something that somebody else said. They're not going to tell you about what they saw. They're not going to tell you about the proof that comes with it. They're just going to talk about what somebody else said. Well, it was a nigga that's close to them. Oh, a nigga that's close to them that they fired? Who isn't associated with them anymore? You got to give me better proof than that. I'm not going to be the one that helps push something forward that I don't have any actual concrete evidence on. I can't do it. That's all I want. That's my stance on it. Let's hear a little bit more of this and we'll move on.
You know what I'm saying? They mad. They got you know, the pain during
Hold
labor,
up.
the menstrual
Hold up.
cycle.
I gotta read one more comment. Queen Kel's in the building. Shout out to you. She said Corey is so contradictory. Didn't he used to call Obama gay and couldn't stand him? Also, he is quoting scriptures from the Bible. Now, didn't he use to call the Bible the book of lies? Yes, he did. He did. And now he wants to be a preacher. And now he's talking about how the good book you shouldn't want to hide or shouldn't. That's another thing he did. He brought up a woman who spoke on him, who is I believe a pastor of a church or something like that. And she was speaking on Corey, and she didn't want to like say certain things because of how vulgar Corey is. And I guess she didn't want to speak on a certain scripture because of YouTube. And Corey took offense to that and said, you shouldn't hide the good book or the word of God just for the sake of YouTube. But like Queen Kells just said, he used to call the Bible the book of lies. So it's just certain things are said when it's beneficial to that person. That's all I got.
All this stuff that comes with being a woman. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like we have dominance over you women. You know what I'm saying? You perpetrate like you have dominance over us until something happens. And then when something happens, it's like, oh, I need help from a man. You get what I'm saying? They struggle with who they are instead of realizing this is my purpose on this planet. I don't need to struggle against it. I need to embrace my role as a woman. So Michelle Obama, you could just see it in her eyes. She wants to be a man, but you're not.
She probably wanted his power. I mean, you know, but I feel,
Darlene, what you talking about? I want to make sure you get your word in.
I've listened to both their books, and I believe that she wanted to be just as powerful as he was, but she ended up having to marry him. So she ended up being, you know, the wife. I've listened to both their books.
What was she again, D? She was the wife, right?
She was the wife.
She was the wife.
Right. And I believe that she, and this was way back when, of course, when they were younger. I mean, of course, the man had dreams and goals and all that. And I think maybe she didn't even really truly believe it was gonna happen for him.
Boss lady, I saw you say it comes natural to us. We okay, Corey? Boss lady, you not like a lot of.
Donnell said, where is he wrong about the pastor? I did not utter one word and say he was wrong about the pastor. As a matter of fact, I agreed with him. I wholeheartedly 100% agree. Do not hide the word of God for the sake of YouTube. Especially if you're a pastor, you should be speaking that shit with conviction. You shouldn't give a damn about a YouTube. Your first thought process first should come, God first, the word of God first. Especially as a pastor. And if YouTube don't accept you speaking on the word, you shouldn't be on YouTube then. Find a different platform, because wherever your congregation is, or wherever you are, your congregation is going to follow. So I agree with him on that. It's just, it was the hypocrisy of being so adamant on that while also being the type of person who has said in the past that the Bible is a book of lies.
Of the women out here who feel as though being a woman is a burden.
Really?
There's burden that come with being a woman. There's burden that comes with being a man. But what you have to do as a woman to live a respectable life is something that I feel like a lot of women really regret. They will talk about what somebody don't want and how men are bad and don't love and all that. But most of them have killed their babies because it was inconvenient. Huh?
Listen, yeah,
it takes somebody cold to kill their baby.
Yeah.
I ain't never killed a
act
baby.
like it's not a baby.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna let you cook, little bro. Go ahead. What you think about this? Because I put a lot out there. I'm sorry.
You put so much out there, but yeah, but the stats is actually crazy in regards to that. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but in New York, there was more self-deletions of babies than births last year, which is an incredible stat if you think about it.
Incredible stat. See, I heard. Yeah. Could you just say that one more time?
There was more self-deletions. Baby self-deletions. Sorry, I
he
try
being
to say
nice
in a way. I'm trying to say
bitches
things in a way that
kids more than kids were born.
He's looking at
there
his
it is.
monetization. So.
And that's crazy. And so it's interesting is because the way that it's framed within media is to call men the aggressive ones, the murderers, they do all of these different. You can't walk out in the street without a man accosting you. Meanwhile, in private, that's happening at a rate more than births, which is insane. But I wanted to get back to your main point, because I thought it was genius that the idea that there's a degree of resentment there. But the movement that supplants that is feminism, like modern day feminism, not like old school feminism when it was just about equality. But a lot of the tropes, right, of modern day feminists, it's like this equalization to men. Right, so there's like a resentment that Barack was able to go out there and create something, and then she's trying these really subtle, passive-aggressive ways, like these really damaging, incendiary ways, in order to get back at him. Meanwhile, we wouldn't know anything about Michelle Obama if it wasn't for Barack being a winner.
There you go.
We would know nothing about her.
Amen.
And I think, to your point, Corey, it eats at her. So she tries.
Oh no!
At every. You know what I gotta say? Like,
my lighter's out.
For Michelle, what if her daughters brought in a young man that's like Barack Obama to date?
I just think Michelle would be jealous.
And then boom, the cycle then initiates.
Oh.
I think Michelle would be jealous if her daughters were able to capture somebody like Barack. Cause see, this is gonna give me some flack too. I love that this is happening to Barack, because he's not like me. They always blame it on a guy who's real masculine or whatever. Barack is a puppy dog.
That's what I was gonna say, but doesn't he seem like he seems like a good man, right?
Barack,
make it home. The home.
Look at that picture.
Good old
right there.
candle
He want to kiss that man in the mouth so bad. But anyway.
God.
I'm saying, no, I've never looked at a man like that. I don't think.
Damn, Barack is looking at Michael like a snack. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of crazy. I ain't never smiled at a nigga like that. Not even my dad.
If you get a picture of me looking at a man like
That's
that,
it. Now we're gonna look at all.
It's AI, Corey. It's not real.
it's not real.
And you
That's how Flame was looking at Corey after he got done zipping up his dress all the way. As soon as he turned around, he said, "Thank you, Corey. Thanks, Corey. I appreciate it." Nigga hit the fan.
look at all.
It's AI, Corey. It's not real.
It's not real.
And you wouldn't. I
Jordan,
really
like,
don't
look at
believe,
this. Look
I
at
really
this
don't
food
believe
booty
that.
looking
It
at
is
me.
Michael Jordan. I'm pretty sure we would. Had he not have said that, we may have found a picture of Corey. Like, there goes Michael Jordan. Come on now.
Darlene, you look like that at a lot of men, but it's all good.
So what? It's just looks. Oh my goodness.
But no, back to the points, because see, I don't want to get off the points acting silly.
Doesn't faze me.
Yeah, hey, bro, listen, the fact that, what's up, baby? The fact that more children were aborted than born in New York last year.
Crazy.
That is
That's
insane.
wild.
Yeah, I'm just saying, this is a hard evidence example of what the ladies are. You can try to run from it if you want to, but
Damn.
this is
The ratio of abortions to live births was highest amongst black women, with nearly 1 abortion for every 2 births. Number of abortions obtained by racial and ethnic groups per 1,000 live births to women in that same racial and ethnic group in 2021. It's 2021. Holy. 498. Non-Hispanic, black, Hispanic, non-Hispanic, other, non-Hispanic, white. This kind of defeats the narrative that, like, white people are about to be extinct. I mean, like, it defeats the narrative. It doesn't defeat the truth, but it defeats the narrative kind of when you look at those stats.
It's
Crazy.
a hard evidence example of who the ladies are.
Wow. When were those? Like, wow.
So you can go around and keep playing victim if that's what you want to say. But I mean, I'm trying to wake the women up who want to be saved, who will be saved. You can't live like that. You can't try to delete everything that you don't want. Because some of these things you're deleting, you really need them. You need your kids. It's just you don't want your kids. You need your Barack, but you don't want your Barack.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a hard message. That was a pretty hard message. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta give it to him. He was absolutely right in that sense. I think, you know, just in closing on that subject, bro, like, being Michelle Obama, like, there's a privilege that comes with that. And it's not just about who your husband is, but what he was able to provide for you in your life as far as the protection, the opportunities to grow in life and do the things that you want to do. You know, start your businesses, start your nonprofits, you know what I'm saying? Go and help people, do some philanthropy work. You know, shit like that. Like, him becoming the president of the United States allowed the doors to open for you as well, which is also another reason why you have the fan base you have to sit there and watch you on a podcast talk about how you didn't want to have a son to raise because that'll just be like another Barack. I think some more gratitude is in order. I don't know. Also goes to show you don't matter who you are, you could become the fucking president of the United States of America and somehow you still not enough. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's allegations aside, or assumptions, or accusals. Not even satisfied in that way. Women want a successful man, a financially stable man, a mentally stable man, a good father. This nigga showed attributes of all of the above, and it still at the end wasn't enough. You can even if it was fucked up internally, you don't even have the sense enough to not even bring it to the public, or respect him enough to not bring it to the public. And then of course he's not gonna say no shit about it because he holds himself in a certain standard where that's not even something that will be lucrative to him, something that'll be smart to do because of his respect that he has for his wife and his family. I don't know, man. It's very interesting. Now, oh, I took myself off the screen. Holy shit. Let's get to this, man. Let's get to this. Fat Joe. Fat Joe. Mr. Knee Buckle himself. I saw a video of him walking, man. It looked like it hurt. That shit. You know, like how you can see something and it make you feel like the pain. Like, are you somebody that could feel others' pain? Like, if you see somebody get their knee hit with a metal pole, you like grab your knee, like, ooh, like, cause you can almost feel that pain. Like it's a negative, nostalgic feeling because it's happened to you before. Like stubbing your toe on the edge of the bed, like you can feel that. When I see Fat Joe walk, for one, it's almost like he is almost ready to collapse at any moment. Like his whole knee could just bust out the skin and just like his whole leg would just crumble to the ground. Like I feel like it has to be extremely painful just to walk. Do you understand? Hold on. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm trying to say. I don't think y'all understand where I'm coming from with this. I need you guys to fully grasp what I mean by what I see. I need to show you. Give me a second. See if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Well, that was easy. That was incredibly easy. Here we go. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Something is taking place. I had to unplug and plug back in my interface. But that's fine because my microphone and my interface are now separate, so I ain't got to worry about my voice being off and all that extra. Anyway, look at this. So Fat Joe is here. All right? He's the man with the gray sweatshirt, red hat, and pants. I need you to pay attention to what you see here. Holy. Ha. My man's leg is bent. I didn't know that his leg was like that. Why didn't y'all tell me that? Look at that. Does that not look like it hurts to you? Especially as a big nigga, you already carrying so much weight. Why did you not, like, fuck buying a brand new $1 million car, fuck buying a new $2 million chain, watch, house. I can't get any closer than that. Is this close enough? Can y'all see it? Let me know if you can see this. Or is the screen black? I think the screen went black. Either way, I can't blow it up. This is as close as I can get. He's knock-kneed. Hey, Zay Vicious, shut up, motherfucker. He said shut up and talk bad about Corey. Fuck you. This nigga's stupid. So anyway, I bring up Fat Joe to speak on the recent lawsuit that has dropped against his head top. We have new filings. He is the new person that has now gotten a lawsuit dropped against him with allegations claiming so much. Fat Joe is being sued by his former hype man for allegedly forcing him to partake in 4,000 sex acts. It's like the Wayans brothers. He's like 4,000 of them fangs, along with claims Joe has sexual relationships with minors. On Thursday, June 19th, Terrence Dixon fired back at the terror squad leader with some scandalous claims. According to court documents obtained by XXL, the new lawsuit accuses Joe of coercive labor, exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. Specifically, Dixon claims Joe forced him to participate in over 4,000 sex acts to maintain his standing with the enterprise. Dixon also accused Joe of being in multiple sexual relationships with minors in exchange for money. Joe allegedly purchased a BBL for a 15-year-old girl. Dixon claims Joe threatened Dixon and his family if he went forward with the claims. The lawsuit reads, Dixon is seeking up to $20 million. His attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, has released the following statement to XXL regarding the lawsuit. Fat Joe is a Sean Combs minus the Tusi. What is the TUSI? What's the Tusi? What? Can somebody help me? What the fuck is the Tusi? Am I slow? Am I slow? What's the Tusi? The suit comes from after Joe sued Dixon in April for extortion and slandering the rapper on social media with many of the same claims that are in Dixon's lawsuit. Fat Joe's attorney, Joe Tacopina, ASAP Joe, who, as you can see, could get a nigga off of shooting a nigga. Please understand, if you got Joe Tacopina on the case, this shit probably is going to be open and shut in the first week. But we'll see. We'll see. Has also shared a statement with XXL about the recent court filings. The lawsuit filed by Tyrone Blackburn and Terrence Dixon is a blatant act of retaliation, a desperate attempt to deflect attention from the civil suit we filed first, which exposed their coordinated scheme to extort Mr. Cartagena through lies, threats, and manufactured allegations. So, apparently, they filed a civil suit first. I didn't know that. I didn't know that part about it. So apparently Joe and his lawyer, Joe Tacopina, filed a civil suit first against these guys. And now this is a retaliation to the civil suit that Joe is filing against them. Joe did put out a statement. I will read some of these allegations though, but first I will read his statement. Drink some water before I read this long ass piece of shit. Now, Joe posted his Instagram. He says, I've been tested the last few months. I've lost my big brother, my father, my mother, and now I'm fighting against these disgusting lies. But please know I will not break and I will never back down. I've had individuals in my circle take my love and kindness for weakness, but how many times must we forgive them? I've had people steal from me, grow jealous of me, lie on me. Through it all, me and my family are the ones stuck dealing with the consequences of their bad decisions. If you get fired for doing something wrong, just take the L and live with it. Excuse me. But instead, they plot on your downfall as they watch you move on with your life. They decide to go after one of the things you value the most, your reputation. They figure they can make up the most insane stories, and if they threaten you with a lawsuit, then you'll pay and they'll feel like they finally won. Problem with your theory, I've never let anyone on the streets extort me, so how would I ever let a crooked attorney and a coward ex-hype man extort me? I'm from the Bronx. Mr. Tyrone Blackburn, attorney at law, since you want the clout, we will finish you in court. The time of lawyers using their law license as a badge to extort people and destroy families with no evidence is over. I'm not the one. You messed with the wrong one this time. Here's the thing. Recently, Tyrone Blackburn, I believe that's the one, the attorney, he was getting served papers, and when he decided to flee the scene, he left in his car and he ended up hitting the process server who came to serve him papers with the vehicle. He was arrested for this. This is a true story. It's kind of hilarious. This is why Joe Tacopina is probably the best lawyer that you can get, because there's no way that this happens without this being orchestrated. Allegedly. See, if I mess with Joe Tacopina, I'm using allegedly. All right, I could be wrong. This could have naturally happened, and the lawyer is just the idiot who decided to run over somebody who was trying to serve him. But I will say, the more entertaining and much more believable is the possibility that Joe Tacopina was there to serve, or had a process server there to serve this guy, Tyrone Blackburn, and he said, hey, he drives this car. Make sure you don't let him leave. You serve him. If you got to get hit by the car, I'll pay your medical bills. I don't give a fuck. Figure it out. And that process server put his body on the line. And now that man is arrested. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Now, some of these allegations in this lawsuit are very, very egregious. Some people have brought up Fat Joe's past lyrics that I'm going to bring up as well. But the Variety reads, most shockingly, the suit claims that Dixon personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relations with children who were 15 and 16 years old, and lists 3 such Jane Does, including a 16-year-old Dominican girl in New York, who in exchange for cash, clothing, and payment for her cell phone bill would perform oral sex and other sexual acts on the rapper. Minor Doe 2 is a Caucasian female and not a United States citizen. Fat Joe began having sexual relations with Minor Doe 2 when she was 15 years old after a concert overseas. Defendant flew Minor Doe 2 to the New York City and Miami area on multiple occasions due to Minor Doe 2's body being adolescent and not fully formed. The defendant paid for her to get a Brazilian butt lift. Minor Doe 2 eventually left the defendant and is now married to a professional athlete. The complaint says Minor Doe 3 is a Latina female who met the defendant when she was 15, 16 years old, turning 16. According to Dixon, the defendant was in love with Minor Doe 3. He even contemplated, contemplated leaving his wife. The defendant paid all Minor Doe 3's bills and even took her overseas to his tour stops. He brought her to Florida and would put her up in a condo he rented a few blocks from his house with his wife. The lawsuit states, in a recorded conversation, Minor Doe 3 and her 15-year-old cousin described in detail to plaintiff how inappropriate it was for defendant, who was in his late 30s at the time, to be fawning over children. Defendants in the suit also include Pistol Pete Torres and rich player Josh Patir. Is that who you say his last name? Who the complaint refers to as a key associate of Fat Joe's criminal enterprise, asserting civil claims for violations of the Trafficking Victims Protection Act and the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act, also known as Civil RICO, as well as related violations under New York and Florida law, including unjust enrichment, quantum merit, fraudulent concealment, fraud, intentional infliction of emotional harm, and so forth. Let me tell y'all something, man. This is going to be interesting because if what the person is claiming is true, and they also have alleged recordings, secret recordings of these women who are now women now, but and apparently married, some of them, saying this about Joe, corroborating this story, it's going to get real nasty for this man. Because this is disgusting on both ends as far as what spectrum is on. Like, if this is true, it's disgusting that Fat Joe partook in this. If it's not true, it's disgusting that somebody would even conjure up something like this to put in a lawsuit. You gotta check that nigga browser history. But either way, if they got recordings, also, if any of these women exist and know that this is going on and need to come forward to speak on it, if any of these women came forward, if there was a woman that came forward and showed that she got a BBL at 15 years old and she was in contact with Fat Joe in some way, shape, or form, it's over for this thing. It's over. Also, we did read yesterday that the prosecution dropped like 3 charges. That is untrue. They did not drop the charges. The charges are still stuck with Diddy. So I don't know why that was put out there. I don't know why that was reported. I don't know why that was going like viral. I don't know why that was becoming a narrative. I don't know where it started, but no, the prosecution did not drop the charges on Diddy at all. That would have been the most grave mistake. I was wondering how, if that was true, how he would not get off. If they dropped 3 major charges, how would he not get off? You know what I'm saying? It's like clearly he's gonna be coming home now. But yeah, no, they didn't drop any of the charges. Now, let's see what else we got. Oh, yeah, I had to talk about this shit. I had to talk about this shit because I had several people in a certain comment section of Instagram incredibly pissed off at me because of my opinion about this situation with DDG and Halle. So if you guys don't know, Halle has it to where DDG has to have supervised visits, and it has to be with somebody who's like a mediator or some shit. It can't be with Halle because this has to do, the lawsuit or the claims have to do with domestic violence. So you can't have him there with Halle. You know, that can't happen. Let's see. For me, I think it's unfair when, you know, the mom tries to paint a man as abusive to the child. And it's only it's only with certain circumstances, because I do believe that if a man is egregiously abusive to his wife, then he shouldn't even be around the kids, because he's inevitably going to be abusive to the kids. If you're going to beat on your girl, you definitely going to beat on the kids. But if y'all got into it where y'all both engaged in you know, physical abuse with each other, I'm not finna just label the man as an abuser. I'm sorry, y'all both abusive. And I also don't necessarily believe that one instance of y'all getting into a physical altercation means that there's a habitual physical abuse going on. That just means that was the day that y'all both had enough of each other and y'all crossed the threshold of being physically abusive to one another. I look at it from a realistic standpoint. That doesn't mean that the dad is going to be abusive to the child or the mother's going to be abusive to the child. But you have people who are bitter, and you have people who have been through their own situations who are incredibly traumatized by the shit that they went through, who try to project what they went through onto these celebrities who they hang on to, so they can go and be like, no girl, yeah, you better put him a restraining order, you better keep that child away from him, you better do this. It's the people that have the logic of, yeah, why is he always having his son on stream? I don't know, maybe because he's a fucking streamer. I don't know, maybe she knew that when she got with him that he would do that. Like if they were good, if they were in a relationship and he had his son all on stream, she wouldn't give a fuck. But it's this aspect, and I could tell now that I'm seeing how certain things are going, I can give a good guess that she's one of those people that like to control how things go without the consideration of the dad, because she doesn't feel like the dad is mature enough to make those decisions. That's the excuse that they always use, to feel like they can have some type of domain or control over your life and decisions, because they feel like you're not mature enough, or they feel like you can't make those decisions on your own. They will literally be delusional enough to create that type of narrative in their mind to try to adjust the situation to have control over it. And they also know how the courts are when it comes to moms in the situation and being a single mom, and you know, when you come to them and tell them that there was, you know, domestic violence that took place and shit like that, it's gonna immediately jump to their side. Even though this man is claiming that he was physically abused by her as well. He had scratches on him. He's showing proof of bruises and cuts, and different text messages and her contemplating ending her life or, you know, harming the baby or something like and of course, you know, I know postpartum, and I am not negating that aspect of it at all. But it's like, what are we doing here? How does one look more stable than the other with everything that you know? So here's this. It says the judge said she thinks it's reasonable for DDG to visit Halo in Italy, but that she'd require an independent monitor due to Bailey's concerns. Which is why it's funny how people were like, oh, you know, this was what the judge ordered. It's not what she tried to put out there. No, it's due to Bailey's concerns, due to Halle Bailey's concerns. There needs to be an independent monitor. What concern? I'll show you the real concern once we get to the end of this. The judge also said that if the visits are permitted, she'll put in place an order barring DDG from posting about the child on social media during that time frame. Oh, another request from Halle Bailey, which is a concern. She doesn't want their child's father to post their child, his son, on social media while he has him. Now, this is the crazy part, because for some reason people believe that this is like a fair thing to put up there. When you saw how she handled these situations in the past, she'll post her son all day. Workout videos, sitting back singing, sitting in the house. She posting Halo. Halo up there having a good old time with mommy. But let DDG post this. Oh, why are you posting him on social media? Oh, I didn't give no permission. Do you think that he needed to give you permission to post him on social media? No. You want to know why? Because that mentality, that delusion that is stuck in their mind, that narrative that they have built in their own head to make it seem like they are superiority over y'all child that y'all have together and take care of together and do it together, is the reason why they should have domain over whatever should be done, or don't look at the shit the same way as they would on the other end. She got mad that DDG was on live stream with Kai Cenat while Kai gave his son presents. Oh my God, look how crazy the stream is. Look how dangerous this environment is. A nigga's giving his son presents. Oh my God. Call the judge. I wish I could go down the line of all these comments that was in, because I was on the Shade Room post, man, and I had some things to say, but I don't even want to relive the comment section of the delusions and contradictions that people made in that comment section. It was the worst shit that I've ever seen in my life, man. You could just tell that these motherfuckers just be living vicariously through these celebrities. It's so embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Especially the people that think they know. You sit back and say, well, if the father, statistically, if the father is abusive, then he will be abusive to the kids. Okay, cool, statistically. But also, DDG said that she was being abusive towards him. She physically abused him. So does that mean, according to your statistics, according to your logic, is that child in danger of his mother? You know, the mother that said that she was going to harm herself or harm the child, that y'all used the reasoning of postpartum with. Y'all didn't take that into consideration of whether or not she will harm the child. Y'all just said, no, that's postpartum. Okay, we'll give you that, because that's a serious thing. But y'all take the word of somebody because you're a fan of them, and don't look at logic because you already chose a side. All I was doing, man, if y'all see that comment section, all I was giving was straight logical answers and asking logical questions, and they were just, you just don't get it. I don't get it. What don't I get about this situation? A man that has never showed any harm towards his child at any point in time, y'all want me to believe that him having somebody to monitor his visit with his son is okay? No. I'm not. I don't support that. I think that's unfair. And I'm somebody that supports dads because I'm a dad. A dad that ain't never had to go through that. Thank God. Knock on wood. My daughter is 12. I've never had to deal with none of this shit. Never had to go to court for nothing. Because I take care of my daughter. And I'm there for my daughter. And my daughter is with me half the time. Same way she's with her mom half the time. Her mom ain't had to do no Halle Bailey shit because I've been the best dad in the motherfucking world. And I'm there. I show up. And I feel like it's unfair because there's a lot of guys like that, a lot of dads like me, who will be in a situation with somebody who is bitter and somebody who is vindictive and controlling and want to hurt you via the child, through the child. And I feel for people like that, especially when it comes to physical violence between you and that person. We don't know how that shit cracked off. And I know a lot of people in here will vouch for the fact that there's been times when that woman done cracked it off and then got surprised because she didn't think that you was finna crack her ass back. Cause like her story, Halle's story is she's trying to buckle up Halo and then this guy just goes into a rage and starts beating on her. And it just didn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. I don't see the transition from that. Like, what happened? There was an issue, but it wasn't an issue enough for a man to just start wailing on you and just hitting on you and punch you in the mouth. What happened? DDG's story was she was buckling up Halo and he was getting in the car. He didn't want her to come with, and she lunged at him. She was trying to hit him, and she lunged at him. And when she lunged at him, this nigga hit her with the psych. You thought you was finna wail on me in front of our son. No. This nigga hit her with the Dion. He hit her with the straight up juke. This nigga pressed right and left on the joystick. Pause. You don't know. Hey, Madden players know what I'm talking about. He juked the shit out of her. And she lunged forward and hit her face on the steering wheel. Trying to lunge at him from the back seat. Now, I'm guessing she lunged. She tried to catch contact. She got a little bit of contact from him. He zipped out the way. She lunged forward and she hit the steering wheel. Now it's his fault because you lunged at him and he didn't want to get assaulted by you. That's his story. It just kind of sounds more believable to me. And maybe because niggas have dealt with shit personally and have seen shit like this in real life, not just in my own personal situations, but in other people's situations. I done seen how women can crack some shit off real quick. We just talked about this on 3Gs. Matter of fact, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in a very long time. I am going to do a quick review of the 3Gs because I believe that we deserve it. Let's see. Let me do a quick. I'm gonna do a quick review of the 3Gs because this episode, bro, we was on fire. And we talked about the situation. So there was these social media people. I won't call them influencers because I don't think they influenced anything. I just think that they were kind of horrible at the end of the day. Because if you're on social media and you're feeding your followers a bunch of toxicity, I think that that's not good for the ecosystem. I think that that's not good for society. I think that you're only provoking other people in other, generations to think that that type of, relationship is okay. And it's not. It's not at all. So let's get to this. Here's a story of these social media, of these influencers. So what happened was this couple, it was this guy, this lady, they were together. They always had issues. They going back and forth on their own lives on social media. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is the most childish and pettiest thing you could do. Both of y'all got social media and y'all on y'all own personal accounts on live talking shit about each other, standing in the same house. You can't get more toxic and vile than that. What makes people want to stick around for shit like that? What makes people stay in the same house? It can't be love. It can't be the sex. It has to be because you actually like that shit. That's something that keeps the spark in certain people's relationship, that toxic shit. People that like arguing, people that like fighting, people that like yelling, cussing each other out, disrespecting each other, cheating on each other, trying to push somebody to the limit. Now you have this situation where these two got into it. This nigga was trying to make a lasagna while he's on live, and she just just going off. And he trying to explain, he trying to tell stories, explain certain shit. She in the background talking shit, blah blah blah, all this other shit. It went from him telling her to stop talking on the shit to now he's sending the threats. All right, I'm gonna beat your ass. Then it went from that to okay, she don't respect that. She ain't gonna listen to that. All right, you keep talking, you ain't gonna make it out this door. All right, now he's saying that you not finna make it out this bitch alive. You might want to chill out. She still wouldn't chill out. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what the deal is. I don't care whatever you want to say about what you should be able to do, because I know it's a lot of women out there like, nah, ain't no man gonna tell me to shut up. Ain't no man gonna tell me to be quiet. I ain't gonna be quiet because you tell me to be quiet. I'm gonna talk when I want to talk. Yeah, and then you gonna end up choked out and dead by a nigga like this because you didn't take heed to the warnings. Now you not there for your kids, and now he not there for his kids because he was a coward, and after he got done doing what he did to her, he offed himself. It was a lot, but we gonna watch some of this. Is this gonna work?
Somebody bring this out of you, you got it.
Hold on. Media watcher said, I don't know how somebody can crack their head on a steering wheel from the back seat. I'm sorry, but I don't believe none of them. No, he's saying that she lunged at him from the back seat. She's putting as she's putting Halo in the car seat, they're clearly having words with each other. Cause you know how that shit go when y'all at odds and y'all beefing and y'all talking shit and the baby's there and the baby confused because he don't know what the fuck going on. He just know mommy and daddy just talking loud and y'all sitting back there talking shit to each other and y'all cursing each other out. Somebody gonna say something that trigger the other person, and that's gonna trigger them enough to want to try to lunge or do something to him. His story is she lunged at him from the back seat. And when she lunged at him from the back seat, he moved out the way, and when he moved out the way, her face hit the steering wheel, which is what resulted in her having a piece of her tooth chipped off. But her story is that he hit her in the mouth while she was just simply putting the child in the seat. This nigga DDG came around and said, "Bitch, come on, man. I'm sorry. It just don't sound. It doesn't sound realistic to me. Where's the camera footage, man? Where's the CCTV footage, man?" Anyway, let's watch some
How
of
to
this.
get away. I tell my daughters all the time, I always speak on this level, you not tough. You bitches need to stop acting like y'all tough. Niggas, even with the best restraint, if they ever lose it, if they ever snap, your life is in danger.
Y'all come back on it, Britt.
Turn my phone back on.
Wait, let me pause that because he had turned her phone off. Apparently, she had been texting another man or whatever, and so he turned the phone off.
That I paid for. He really bad about some Gucci shades. Don't bad about the damn Gucci shades. If you call me a bitch, I said they going back. That's what you bad about.
Y'all come on back on here.
Hey, pause. That's.
Yo. Hey, yo.
Was it the pause and the sign? What was it, AB? AB said pause. IMIB said that's nigga sounds heavy.
No.
That was a sign of I'm getting ready to kill this.
Hey. No, her days was numbered. Her days was numbered. I know that shit so well.
He did. He had a heavy side.
No, her days was numbered.
Oh, shit.
Before this shit even got popping, it was already over, man. God damn, dog. I cried a little bit for that.
That nigga had a vein popping in the side of his head.
Hey, run that back. Okay. Go ahead. I'ma shut up.
Okay. He really bad about some Gucci shades. Don't bad about the damn Gucci shades. If you call me a bitch, I said they going back. That's what you bad about.
Y'all come on back on here.
He said she has no idea what's about to take place.
Right? Shit, he didn't even know that GMS. Like, I think that side was him trying to chill. You know.
So,
I think she's on the phone
Talking
with
to
her
her phone.
friend.
She's live too.
Yeah.
A nigga smoking a black and mild while making lasagna is a threat to society, and if you can't read those signs, bitch, something wrong.
Hey, it's so many red flags. Bro, this shit like a horror movie. Like, oh, we know what's gonna happen next.
Y'all stupid as hell.
No, we know.
He's not even watching his back.
Hey, GMS, that side like that music you was talking about for that that movie you was talking about. Hey, instead of the instead of that cha ka nigga, that's that nigga side.
This nigga turned the pot off in the overhead vent. This nigga said, "I've had enough."
So look, boom. So she went to goddamn cheat. Long story short, after all that other live and shit, you know, I was out the house, went staying for a couple months, came back, you know what I'm saying, really went staying, having to sleep at my goddamn partner shit. I'm busted, I'm broke up. I ain't having shit, no job, no nothing. Before that, I caught her texting the nigga Squeeze, cause she seen me and Squeeze goddamn baby mama talking or whatever. At that time, me and that girl wasn't even on no shit like that. So here we go.
Let me tell my truth.
I got them coming. Hey,
You went on there trying to tell.
hey, look at here, man. Get out my line now. I'm telling you, leave it alone now. Get out my line. Go make your own line. Go make your own line. You done got on your shit. Listen, you done got on your shit.
He
Do
keep
your
lying
thing.
for that boy name like we had something going on.
Hey, man, pause it.
Man, listen.
Listen, man, this shit is me up, man. Y'all hear that dog in the background?
I knew that's what you were gonna be worried about.
You know why? Because this nigga got real love in his life. He got a dog. He got a clean, nice house. He can cook. That house look nice.
Yeah, it does.
He got him a young tenderoni that he can't get under control. He got him a dog. He just told y'all he was out having to stay at his man house and he was broke and fucked up out here. He just came through a mental battle.
Yeah.
He can't even get a live off without this bitch running him up.
Man.
Okay, carry on. This shit is a lot of red flags here.
It is. And to answer y'all, she wasn't on the phone with him when he her, and he didn't kill her on the live, but he ended the live right before, I guess.
And let it be very, very well known, because I thought it was like a thing where he shot her and then shot himself. He strangled her. It was a crime of passion. He choked her out.
He choked her out, and then he shot himself.
And then he shot himself. So this.
That was an accident.
Okay, we're gonna carry on. Got a few more minutes.
Hey, again, stay out my live. Sit back and just listen to the story. So, here it is.
And he lying. Telling a damn lie.
She get mad. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, get mad. She go in the other room, sleep in the room. So early that morning, I go in and I snatch the phone from her. Go through the bitch. I see the Snapchat. They talking on Snapchat. It's him. So, I go through the messages and shit, see her telling him, oh, I'm gonna call you back. I'm on the phone with his mama and all this shit here.
Yeah,
like, now remind you,
this is a nigga
that used to damn run with me. Woo, woo, woo.
He used to run
long
with
story
you
short.
Bitch first.
Long
you
story.
tried, now you're first.
Long story. Bitch, what the fuck are you right? I ain't.
Oh, you see how that triggered him? You see how that triggered him?
When a nigga, when that bitch come from your ball sack, up your
That shit came from the soles of his feet.
Up through your small intestine, into your large intestine, up to your pulmonary tract, and out your motherfucking mouth. If you don't know what that bitch means, I don't know how to help you.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, let's shout this out.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't know if we did or not.
And we didn't.
T-Fam1.
Yes, thank you, T-Fam1 for the 10. He said, great show. I love y'all diverse perspectives. Yes. Yeah, you know.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you,
We
man.
appreciate
we
you.
appreciate
Much
all
love
of y'all
always.
that show us so much love to the channel, man. Thank y'all.
Yes.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. But this nigga is ready.
You got some legs on her, man.
I ain't gonna lie. She probably got that fire.
Man, what?
She built like a
he
brick
crashed
house.
out.
Yeah.
He said, "Ain't nobody gonna have it after that."
That shit probably so potent. Let me shut the fuck up. Sorry, baby, if you're watching. Baby, if you're watching, I apologize.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta keep it real, goddammit, or they not gonna respect your channel.
Are you ready? I don't want to interrupt you. Ready?
I like short Mexican bitches. Go ahead, move on.
Okay. Again, so she telling him. She telling him,
oh. You keep telling everybody trying to vouch like, oh, he did some shit to you, and you did it to him.
I'll be back, y'all. You keep running your mouth and beat your ass, though.
You did.
Keep running your mouth. I told you sit back in the
That was the first warning.
Again,
First real warning.
She'll talk, and I beat her ass. This is why I'm trying to get you. I'm finna get to the whole nitty gritty. She don't want me to tell the story.
Nah, boy, you beat my ass when I was pregnant. I hadn't even talked to nobody. Okay, so stop lying.
This the type of bitch that get beat. Long story short.
Hey, pause.
Hey, I'm sorry. I do not support. Let me tell you something, man. Domestic violence, but that nigga was not lying. I just need to say something, man. Please start heeding warnings, man. When you in situations like this and you know shit is toxic, and on top of that, if you know that this nigga already been putting hands on you, why would you not take his words serious? What makes people, especially when you that out now? I understand the women who are, you know, who curdle up in the corner and you know don't have, you know, the will or the power to get up and leave somebody because they feel threatened or they feel like their life is in danger if they do. This woman don't seem like she's afraid of this nigga. She don't seem like she afraid of this nigga at all. So she had every option to leave this situation. They're both wrong. They're both wrong. And then on top of that, you antagonizing somebody who you know gets physical with you. See, people will hear you talk about the obvious and the reality of the situation and then try to put that on you or project you or make you feel like or try to act like you that same type of person. I don't subscribe to this. I do not condone domestic violence at any point in time ever in life with anybody, no situation, no relationship, nothing. If you feel like you have to get to that point with somebody, leave. I have never once in my life allowed anybody to get me to the point where I feel like I got to put my hands on her. I'm out. I'll never get the fuck out of here. You ain't worth it. It ain't no. But you got to understand, everybody has a breaking point, and you have to be smart, especially when you have kids. That's how you know that they didn't give a damn about their kids either. Because why are you in this situation to begin with? Why are you allowing this type of shit or this type of toxic environment when you have children that live under your roof? You don't care. To me, that tells me you don't give a damn about them kids and their well-being and how they're being raised. Because y'all care too much about y'all relationship and y'all bullshit that you're not paying attention to the outcome of your children's lives. Now both their parents gone because you two stupid motherfuckers wanted to be too toxic to the point where it became deadly. This nigga's a coward. And she was a dumbass for entertaining this shit. Nobody was keeping her against her will. Nobody was making her stay. Nobody was threatening to kill her if she left. Leave. Quit putting yourself and your children in situations that'll have you guys both not be there in their lives. Period. It's hard to have sympathy for this shit. It is. You getting a full-blown example of two toxic individuals who decided to put themselves in this situation. And I cannot feel bad about it. It is what it is. DL said they're both dead. I wouldn't call them names. Nah, not exactly. Not exactly. If you're dumb enough to do some dumb shit, I don't care whether or not you're alive or dead. It was some dumb shit. I don't know what that's supposed to do to me. And I don't know why it seems like you're only, placing blame on the guy here. I see you keep bringing up men this, men that. But for some reason, and this is what I be talking about, is the people that are brainwashed to believe that a motherfucker didn't play any part in what happened to them. She should have shut the fuck up. How is that not common sense? I don't care how it sounds. It can sound disrespectful. It can sound like I'm taking up for the abuser. I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck how you want to frame it. If somebody, I'm talking in common sense and logic. Let me ask you a question, DL. If somebody came up to you and said, hey, if you step to the right, I'm going to shoot you in your fucking face. Are you going to step to the right, or are you going to step to the left and move the fuck around? If you step to the right, you a dumb motherfucker. Right? Am I right or wrong? Fuck this situation aside. I already have my feelings on it. You're not going to change it. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you that singular question. Answer that. If you step to the right when a person walked up to you with a gun in your face and said, if you step to the right, I'm going to shoot your face off, and you step to the right, does that make you a dumb motherfucker? It does not matter who's on the other end of that gun. Your decision at that moment is life or death. Anyway, let's see. I did want to play this, but we are 2 hours in. Should I play this? Should I play this to end it? Cause usually on my like section I play some funny shit, but I wanted to play something that I feel it would be a good conversation piece. I have to play this. So this guy on Grits and Eggs podcast, he had a lot to say a few weeks ago that went viral. A lot of people felt like he was pandering to women and felt like he was trying to go against men and say that men are responsible for the creepy guys or the weird guys or the abusive guys out here because we need to take more responsibility for their actions. And a lot of guys felt like he was wrong and trying to, do that whole men against women shit. So this woman here, the BTTS podcast, I don't know. I wish I could find out her name. I'm gonna try to look for it, but I came across this clip on Twitter and it was really interesting to me, and I want to know what y'all think about this. Check this out.
You may not harass women. You may know how to take rejection. The majority of men that most women deal with do not. Yeah. And you are accountable for that as well.
So I learned something in a project management course, not really a course, but a seminar I took not too long ago, is that when you work on projects for improvement, you work on something called an 80-20 rule. And you work on your process improvement based on the 80% of the people you deal with and not the 20% of the outliers, right? Mm-hmm. So if I want to improve something, I'm looking at the majority of what I deal with and not the outliers. Mm-hmm. In what he's saying, I hear what he's saying to an extent. I think that this, I'm going to call it the problem black man, the aggressive black man, the black man that don't know how to deal with rejection and things like that. I don't think that that is the overall majority of black men. No, but they definitely exist. Absolutely, wholeheartedly, hands down. And just like we talked about in that that process improvement meeting, at some point we will have to address the 20% that we have to deal with because it is a problem, right? We have to come up with a process improvement for that 20%, but we cannot dump what the 20% does off on the 80%. If 80% of the men that you come into contact with are horrible human beings, you got to start asking yourself, what is the environment that I'm in? You got to start looking at your environment because I'm here to tell you 80% of the men that I come into contact with are not horrible human beings. They just aren't.
Unless they're this way behind closed doors. And
Very
they're not
possible. But that's not what we're talking about.
Right.
We're talking about being out in public, out in open spaces and being cackled and harassed and taunted and mistreated by black men. I'm out all the time. I don't run into this. I don't see this. I smile at a black man. He smiles back. I say, good morning. How's your day going? He say, good morning, beautiful. It's wonderful. They smile. You want to know why? I had one tell me, you know what? You're the first black woman I've seen all week that spoke with me with a smile. We are a part of the problem. Let's just be clear. We want to dump it all off on black men, but we also have to ask ourselves, are we causing a part of this? Y'all finna be real mad in these comments.
You sound like a bunch of Twitter quotes. Like when niggas start like speaking in a bunch of Twitter quotes and shit that they see online, that's when you start looking like a fucking idiot to me. Oh, he's a Democrat shill. You probably read that from a white page on Twitter with a fucking MAGA header or some shit. A Democrat shill. Shut the fuck up. He just... The men in the black community are acting like bitches. Hey, DL. I know what DL stands for. Stay on the down low. I know you one of them niggas that hate men because you take it in the ass. You need to chill out and go to a different podcast if you don't like what's being said over here. If you don't like the fact that we laughed at two dumbasses being toxic and ultimately their lives ending because of they were too toxic with one another, and you don't like how we spoke on that, eat a dick. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know how else to process that with you, man. I truly don't give a damn. I really don't. It is what it is. It is what it is. You clearly don't know what a Democrat shill is. All right, that's cool. Good luck with politics, man. It seems like it's going very well for this country right now. Good luck in the politics space. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Good luck, man. I hope it works out for you. I hope whoever you believe in is doing great things for you and your life and your family. I don't know what else to tell you. Anyway.
Clean it up now.
Are we causing part of this because we're treating everyone the same? Because a black man comes to you and says, hey, how you doing? And you immediately have an attitude. You immediately think that he's trying to talk to you. You immediately think that he wants something from you when he could very well just be saying, good morning. it's
He said, hey, he's bad as shit. He's our real life punch you in your bitch ass mouth. No, you wouldn't. You whole ass, bitch ass, corny ass, bitch ass, pussy ass, hoe ass, dick in the booty ass nigga. Shut the fuck up. You are not tough. You Democrat shill. You Democrat shill. I will punch you in your bitch ass mouth. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. This nigga you done made 50,000 comments and now he's saying I'm catching feelings. Oh good God. Oh. Hey. Oh my God! All right. We gotta finish this video, man.
Almost a tit for tat. Black women are attacking men before they have a chance to say something nice.
Hey, this nigga got tears in his eyes, typing his thumbs away. Do your thumbs hurt? Do your thumbs hurt, sir? I know it's got to be a strain to keep typing that much, man. I know it's got to hurt. This nigga said I'm emotional. I'm just speaking. You gotta type and hit send. You're angry typing on your phone. Don't crack your screen, bitch. All right.
Because y'all all the same. You gonna come at me with an attitude, so I might as well come at you reckless. We gotta stop. It's okay just to say hi. It's okay to speak and not want anything further. It's okay for somebody to buy you a cup of coffee.
Leave you alone, man.
Just because you were standing in line at Starbucks and they happened to be behind you. Without expecting something more. We got to stop just dropping this blank.
I'm a weirdo. I'm a Democrat shill.
Thinking on everybody and thinking everything is something bad. And we got to stop because I have a bad attitude because my day is going bad.
This nigga typing so hard, his screen is tie-dye right now.
If you. I don't want to talk to you. Why are we pushing our bad energy, our negative feelings, our hostility off on other people? They didn't do anything to you. You
your thumbs okay?
Person. Is we on both sides. Men are creating women who are mad, angry, and bitter, and women are creating men that are mad, angry, and bitter. And then we're looking across the line at each other, mad, angry, and bitter with each other. And it's unfair and it's detrimental. And we are pushing this off on our kids, on the generations coming after us.
Right. Because they're seeing all this.
We got to make it better.
Yeah.
We've got to stop just pushing this off. I treat everyone the same. If you see me walking down the hallway, I got that rest in peace face. That it exists. I'm sorry. I'm not a mean person, though. If you speak to me, I'm going to speak back. If you walk by, you look sad, I'm probably going to say, hey, good morning. How you doing? I was driving down the street the other day.
She pretty as hell, too. I like her voice.
Minding my business, resting face, and the construction worker waved at me. And I rolled down the window and smiled. And he said, well, dog, I thought you was having a bad morning. No, sir, I wasn't. I was just contemplating. I didn't want to go to this job this morning, but I'm fine. Good morning. How are you? And we had a nice, calm conversation as I waited for the flag man to wave me on by. There's a misconception. There's miscommunication that's happening. You feel like you looking at somebody and they look mad. And as a man, the first thing they want to say is, you too pretty for that mad face.
Smile.
Yeah, rest in peace. I like that better.
Or just say, you know what? Today's not a great day. You don't have to go off and get mad and get angry and start yelling and cutting up. They really are just trying to brighten your day sometimes. Now, I will not sit here and pretend that some of them are not.
Right.
That some of them really are out to make your life and your day even worse. They exist.
Yeah, their names be DL and shit. They just be out here trying to make people's life worse. They just be out here mad as hell, trying to identify all Democrat shills and bitch ass black men. Oh, you sound like the biggest bitch in the world. Why are black men like this? Shut up, DL. Any nigga that calls themselves DL, man, you gotta chill. That ain't your real name, too. You decided to put your name. Your name is probably like Todd or some shit, but you wanted to be called DL for a reason. We know what you be on. He said that nigga in the yellow sweat is a plant. He is a Democrat shill peddling intersectionality. This is over your blunt-filled head. Wait. So this is why, and I was trying to get away from making you look stupid as hell. I was trying to get away from that, but you doubled back and came back. So let me let you in on something. As a matter of fact, let me ask you another question. All right, since you came here before I even played that video, at what point did I say that the Grits and Eggs podcast was like a great podcast to listen to? We should listen to what that guy says, and the video that I'm playing for you is something that you guys should take heed of. When did I say that? Yeah, let's see if he can answer the question. No, don't ask him any questions. I asked him the one of the main questions to ask real quick. I'm gonna ask a follow-up question, but let's hear the answer to this. Since I am so supportive of the Grits and Eggs podcast, when we just sat here and played a video of somebody disputing what he said, I want to see why you feel the way that you feel. I'm trying not to make you look retarded, but you look stupid as shit right now. Can you answer the question, sir? Let's see what he has to say. I'm entertaining the troll. Let's see. This is grade school shit. The dummy has to try to tease you so people don't find out that they are fucking dumb. Oh, I didn't know I was doing that. I thought I asked you a question. I'm not. How am I? I didn't go off on you. You were getting mad at me. You got mad at me about laughing about some stupid niggas who couldn't shut the fuck up and not be toxic enough to stay alive for their children. I don't know how you got mad at that. And then I play a video of this lovely young queen here, proving the Grits and Eggs podcast wrong. You know, the Democrat shield that you are saying that I'm illiterate about. And you are acting like I was like supporting the guy or something, or that I was like telling y'all to listen to what he had to say because it made sense. I want to know, can you answer that question, sir? I'm waiting on it. I know he hears me. Can we answer that question, sir? It be the niggas that's super loud about calling niggas dumb who be looking the dumbest in the chat. Where is he? He said, I thought this was a GMS show. Niggas like to turn it into their own thing, and I'll be trying to give them a chance to prove themselves, and every single time, I'm telling you, 100% of the time, these niggas end up looking stupid as hell. Or they end up just shutting the fuck up. Or then they gotta sit back and try to conjure up something else to move the goalposts. Like, what up, Binky? Nah, you walked into me entertaining the fuckery like I usually do. Oh, here we go. See? Go eat your ramen, nigga, over the sink. He didn't answer the question. Once again, niggas is retarded. It came here looking stupid as fuck and don't know what to say. Beaky, he got mad. He got mad at the video of us talking about the couple that ended up deleting themselves because they was too stupid to not be so toxic together. And then I brought up this clip of this young lady here responding to a clip of the Grits and Eggs guy talking about men needing to take accountability for other men's mishaps, and he got mad at that as well. Let's see what else he said. He said, this nigga sleep on the couch in the back. Totally. I have no bedroom. I have no bedroom at all. I have a studio apartment with just a couch, and I sleep on my couch every night. Totally. Can you answer my question? Why aren't you answering? I'm the illiterate one. I'm the dumb one. I'm the dumb studio apartment couch sleeping nigga, but you can't answer the question. Answer the question. No? You just gonna keep looking dumb as fuck in the chat? All right. I tried, you guys. I tried. I be trying to give these niggas chances. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to give them a chance to try to, like, make me look dumb, and it just never happens. And for some reason, they cannot catch themselves. They deflect and they keep going. I'll give you one last chance. I'll give you one last chance. Biggie said, did he see the part where we said we laughed at their interaction and not the result? No, but I don't think that even matters at this point. JR said, so let me get this straight. You live in a studio apartment, little money, ugly as hell, no knowledge on politics, a sexist, and illiterate. That's a lot of projection you doing. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't understand. Why you arguing with a nigga that ain't got shit or something? I don't know. You like engaging with people like that? I'm confused. I'm on here procrastinating because I'm trying to end the show, but I was trying to give this guys, the opportunity to reveal to us, but he said respect the dead. How about this? When it's your time, I'm gonna make sure to pull up and respect your timely passing, and I'm gonna say DL was a complicated man. He would pretend like he liked women in public, but behind closed doors, he would frequently take penis to the back door. And I'm not talking about his basement. I'm talking about sweet cheeks. This man would, his ring would be blazing red by the end of the night. As much he'd take on a daily basis. He never used condoms either. He got raw dogged vigorously several times a night. I believe one of his recent relationships was with the Punisher. After he witnessed testimony a few weeks ago during the Diddy trial, he flew out to New York and decided, hey, I want to try to get in touch with the Punisher because I feel like I need to step my game up a little bit. And he did that. One thing I could say about DL is that he is very persistent. He was always consistent. And, he lived a very, very rainbowish life. It's sad that he's gone. I know a lot of his misters and mistresses are gonna miss him. They used to say that no matter what time of day, his ass was wide open to the public. It didn't matter where he was. He could be at work, and one of his jump offs would call, and he would say, you know what, I go on break in 30 minutes. Meet me in the back. Pun intended. So I just want to say to the family of DL, my heart goes out to you. I'll be praying for you guys. I heard that it was a hard autopsy because they could not locate his butthole. I think they said that it fell off during intercourse. I believe he was getting a train ran on him. And it was so consecutive. It was just so much that his butthole actually fell off of his body, and it was a hard time recovering it because they couldn't see where it had went. So I just want to send my hearts out to y'all, and rest in peace to DL. Yeah. Rest in peace to DL, man. We just read his eulogy. I hope you can recover at some point. I know that it's going to be hard for you. I know it's hard to sit down. I know that when you walk outside, you have to, you wear extra tight. Like, you have to wear 2 sizes small on underwear because it has to manually close your cheeks. Because if you didn't, people would hear this when you walk past them. It's just a constant. So now you gotta you have to they say you use duct tape. Am I right? To keep your cheeks closed because of the constant whistle that protrudes from your rear end. I think that I think there's some type of surgery for that if you want to try to work on that. Just saying, I appreciate you. And I hope that you find peace in your life at some point. And it come out, you know? Come out to the public. We just it's 2025. It's accepted, you know. It's Pride Month, man. You know, get with the times, bro. You don't have to hide in your room like that. You don't have to fantasize over men in private anymore. You can do it loud and proud, bro. I know this nigga ain't never got to wipe his ass because shit just falls straight out. Like it don't touch no other part. It just falls straight from his inside straight out. You ain't got no. All right, I'm done. I am done. All right. Hey, he said he think I'm Jamaican. Bumbleclot. Oh man. All right, we gonna get out of here, man. We gonna get out of here. We gonna have to get out of here because I gotta go. He said, I know I am, but what are you? Hey, that's the nigga that be getting roasted to be like, no, that's you. That's you. No, that's you. Oh my God. You tried. It's okay. He's so mad. Yo, why you allowing yourself to get so mad, man? He said I'm not FBA. Oh. Why? Rascals! The man here think I'm from Jamaica. Well, I look like Jamaica because I have dreadlock, dreadlock man. The bumbleclad. The batty boy, yeah, your batty boy. I know. If you think I'm Jamaican, you's a batty boy. Batty man. Alright. Time his whole ass out. Time his whole ass out. I don't know. Just time him out. Time him out. Get him out of here. Batman mad. The Batman mad. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a nappy dread? The bumbleclad mad at me. The bumbleclad mad at me. Batty boy, take the D. Batty boy mad at me. He's a batty man. A batty man. A batty man. He's so mad. He's a batty man. Oh, Lord of mercy. Shabba, rasclat, bumbleclad, read the clock. He like cock. Leave me alone. This nigga was in Shotters 4. He played the only gay Jamaican drug dealer in Shotters 4. The only gay Jamaican drug dealer, and all he did was serve crack and ass. Oh my God. This nigga played in the only adult film version of Shotters. It was Shotters 69, and it was all niggas. Bounty man rasclat. All right, y'all. I'm out of here, man. Peace.